How's that looking? I think it's looking good. Uh, Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, that's gonna get in the way a little bit. Like that. Just a little won't be hurt, right? Let's bring it a little closer. Point it down a little bit. One. I don't like that. I want it down a little bit more toward me. There. Alright guys. I'm on here, I think. Nope, I gotta get this going. Connect that. Point this. I always gotta do these little checks. It's easier doing them starting already though. What's that on my screen? It looks like makes it look like a booger's on my nose. uh Look over here. Oh, it's the 25th. That's right, tonight's the full moon. That'll be cool. Alright, let's get this going. Oh shit, I gotta go back a minute. Let me see. Where is that's still open? Okay. Close this. I always want to review the last chapter again, and I always forget to do it until the last minute. Did I even get that original? No, I don't think I did yet. Shoot. Let me open this up. Oh shit, I forgot to do that. Right? Come on. Get out of here. Jesus Christ. Thank you. Open Shonen. I gotta look over the last chapter. I forgot to do that. Oh shit. I always forget to do this. Come on. Need open correctly. No, this isn't right. I'll be quiet. It's supposed to be like portrait. Come on. Shit on you. You're not rotating. What's going on here? I just had this working yesterday. Oh, this thing is fucked. Come on. Jesus Christ. I want this rotate to be in portrait mode. You son of a bitch. Alright, forget about my tablet. I think my tablet's there. This is still out. Good. I'll just do it this way. Yeah, it's supposed to have you close. Why is this saying only good now? Come on. Get up there. Okay, there it was. Yeah, okay. Alright, guys, let's get going. Alright, hey guys, it's Turok, and today I'm going to be doing the review of chapter 1105. It just came out, the unofficial versions, and this one is a continuation of Egghead. Alright, Yeah, stop letting that bother me. You know what? I just like that better. I don't like distraction. It distracts me. My OCD kicks in. Okay. 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 Hey guys, it's Turok, and today I'm going to be doing a review of chapter 1105 of One Piece. The raw version or unofficial version came out earlier today. So this is a continuation of Egghead, and at the last chapter we got an amazing sight of seeing Kuma punch the shit out of Saint Saturn. Unfortunately, it didn't kill him because Saturn seems to have some demonic powers that are above and beyond the normal devil fruit stuff. And at the end of the chapter, Saturn has decided to Buster call the island. No surprise there. Things are just getting out of hand. The funny thing is, I think he could clearly just clean this mess up without doing this, but he's just choosing to wipe the whole slate clean. Interesting choice he's doing. Um, so we're starting right from there. This one chapter is titled "The Height of Folly," and the cover story just shows Carrot with the two the cat and dog who are the leaders of who were the leaders of Zoe, and now are back with Momonosuke as one of his retainers. And this is a cute one that shows Carrot cooking stew for them. It looks like. Uh, so we start right from where we left off, and we start off with all the other Marines beginning to evacuate the back to the island. They've heard the order from Saint Saturn about the Buster call, and I'm wondering if Saint Saturn will even let all of them escape before he just starts doing it. Uh, and so we go to us. So the other as we recall, it's only some of the very high officers. What was it, like Commodore or above, or Rear Admiral and above, can see. Were allowed to be near there at the presence of Saturn for some reason. Uh, and so what's her name is there? Dahl. The one named Dahl, Vice Admiral Dahl, is there, and she says to the Saturn and Kizaru, "Are you coming with us? Let's go now. The bombardment you ordered will begin very shortly." Uh, or something like that. No, she just says, "Let's just hurry back to the ships." And but Saturn just simply says, "No, you guys all go. We're going to remain here and make sure." Basically implying like we're going to make sure that the uh, bombardment completes the job. He wants Kizaru and Saturn are taking no chances here and making sure somebody escapes. So like fuck Kizaru again. Kizaru clearly here is taking his side here. So I keep seeing theories like, oh, maybe he's just doing that and playing out a long game to help the others eventually. But I'm starting to lose faith in that kind of theory because he just seems simply too committed to the cause of working for the Marines. I hope to be wrong. I thought what happened before, I guess, how do I put this? I guess there hasn't been enough of a change as far as like, how do I put this? If like he was backstabbed personally by Saturn, then I'm sure he just would say, okay, if I can get out of here alive, I am quitting the Marines. Basically, I'm not going back. Um, so when Saturn tells her to leave, she's at first hesitates and like, wait, what's going on? Why would you guys stay here? She's clearly not getting the memo in her head. Like, hey, this is they're gonna make sure that this. And then Kizaru just sternly tells her go, just get out of here. Uh and and you just see Doll with this sweat down her forehead and stuff, like, oh shit, this is something still getting serious here. And she's like, okay, yeah, I'm out of here. um and now we switch to Vegapunk here, who's like, what's going on with you guys? Why are you uh this is ridiculous. Why would you uh need to do this? I thought you were just here to kill me. Uh, please don't destroy the He's imploring him not to destroy Egghead, because like I have all this cutting edge tech here. Uh, this would set us back a century in technology all of this is lost. And he even goes and looks at Kizaru and is like, Kizaru, I'm begging you, why are you taking his side? And Kizaru just got this like weird look. He's like, he's listening. You could tell he's conflicted a bit here, and he's just like looking away, and kind of a little bit of shame that he has to do this to his friend. Oh, okay. So Saturn explains, like, I'm not gonna take any chances because you might still be hiding something here. After finding out you already uh, were studying the Void Century, I'm not. I can't take any chances. And goes on to say, like, we don't have any need to go advance further enough. I think I've decided this is our technology is far enough. So I wanted to stop there and think about that for a second. I was thinking about this with like, I think it was starting earlier in this arc. I was thinking about this with like Emu and like them advancing technology, because it would be safe to assume, I think, or I'm conjecturing this, that the ancient kingdom that Saturn's forefathers, or maybe he was there, that was defeated under the command of Emu, that ancient kingdom may have been something that was extremely advanced, as we all like think about something like Atlantis, and it set back the rest of the world as far as like any technological advances it may have had. We know about that, actually. We got the robot, the Bronze Knight, whatever that's over there, that we can see as something from that time. So I'm thinking, I wonder how long. I wonder if Emu had maybe hoped that the advancements would be stalled. That he likes keeping the people in the Dark Ages because it's uh, good for his control if people can't connect to each other. There's no social media. Uh, it's kind of like what's going on today. I'm not going to get into politics, but I think social media is useful today for people to be able to communicate better to each other what's going on, rather than relying on the news on TV, as it were, or even sites. I like that there's advancements with social media so people can communicate better about something going on. Although I know that's people get worried about misinformation that way. So relating that to this, the I imagine Emo was like, as humanity here has been progressing slowly with stuff like the Denton mushies. Emo was like, that stuff could be dangerous for me in the end, like someone getting a photograph of me, but it's useful for the Marines to use too, and it has its uses basically, and I'll allow this to continue. Saturn might even had the executive power to decide on that, and then they like, okay, well, let this continue, but we gotta be careful how far humanity under our control goes, because we want to make sure that there's no way for people to turn against us, which is already happening though with the revolutionaries, which also leads me to think that Emu may like some of this chaos going on, and the same with the Yonko. The existence, the fact that how do I put this? I've spoken this before, I think, but the fact that the we saw how strong Kizaru and Green Bull are, for example, especially against like subordinates of the subordinates of the Yonko aren't as impressive as the admirals. I truly think the admirals with enough backup of their of manpower and stuff, and could take out each of the Yonko systematically. Not maybe not all at once, but singular one at a time. Go after Big Mom. Look how Aokiji too should be brought up in this conversation because him and the sniper from Blackbeard's crew easily got into Whole Cake Island and kidnapped Pudding, and so yeah, I think the chaos here is happening almost purposely for Emu's some grander plan of Emu to like keep things under his control easier, so that like there's a need for the military. Yeah, like, that's one thing. If there's a threat out there, there's always a need for a military. And I don't know. This chaos of sorts that's happening because of the revolutionaries in Yanko seems to me to be something that could have been snuffed out quickly, and they're just not doing. They're not doing it purposely. Anyways, uh, yeah. Um, so so here, Saturn continues to talk here and says, and in order to try to like bring down Vegapunk's morals, he informs him how he uh, sent some of the Marines to go after the evacuees of his subordinates and employees that were and assistants and such that left. They escaped at the behest of like I think Sentomaro sent them off first, like saying informing them this Buster call might happen, and yeah, this really gets to Vegapunk here, uh, and Saturn goes on saying, yeah, I had to make sure that no one else who might know about the Void Century ever leaves here. So I had to send those ships after them. And it shows him, while he's saying that, the ship sinking down. So I don't know if that's just him conjecturing it. Could it, actually, no, spoilers ahead from ahead. If I read the end right, it seems that the ship did escape. And when this is just Saturn assuming the ship got uh, 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 sunk. One moment, I'm gonna get a drink of water. So I have my pocket knife there. So Saturn here goes on to point out, like, first Vegapunk says, why would you do that? These people committed no crime directly. They're innocent bystanders essentially that just were working for me. And then Saturn, I'm assuming he's yelling here too. He's like, you did this to them, Vegapunk. You dug too deeply. You tried to search for something you should have not even bought. You should have kept your nose out of. It's your fault. They're dead now. Oh, yeah. Saturn is really like dead set. This is very telling too about how the much they want to hide the Void Century information. Also, he calls it a taboo. I'm trying to think if it's really been stated elsewhere by other common people, like that they well, some of them don't seem to carry the way, like how much they would know that it's a taboo to talk about what happened back then. That's a conversation for another day, maybe. So while this is happening, we switch back first to seeing the other Marines boarding ships. Uh, I think this is supposed to be Saturn, because now he's taking control of the pacifistas and he's ordering the. Or someone else might be doing this because it says pacifista units will remain on the island. Everyone else continue the evacuation, and we see that some of the other ships are coming in and getting ready to get the people out. Uh, so while this is happening, now we switch to the other crew member, our other heroes that are on the ground still. We got Sanji directing Frankie and the others to get to the vacuum tube thing to get back up to the top. So we see also that Frankie's actually okay here. He got kicked by Keezer in the last chapter, but clearly that wasn't enough to take him out because we see him running. Atlas is carrying Kuma. I think that's supposed to be Bonnie on Frankie's back. It's hard to see that. We still because Luffy's not with them still. He's we'll see where he is shortly. Um, so then Bonnie's like, "What about Vegapunk?" And Sanji's like, "Well, I'll stay behind and I'll get him. You guys gotta get out of here now." Let's quickly while Vegapunk's got Saturn's attention, he's trying to make sure that Saturn can't freeze them up again like he did before Kuma arrived. So they do that, and then Sanji contacts Nami. That's right. They're still using those radios that they had got from the Vegapunk. Uh, uh, Nami, Robin's there. Okay, we see a lot of the people here. Okay. So we go on here. Like Sanji informs Nami what's going on, and so of course Frankie and the others are like freaking out, starting to freak out about this. We got Chopper and Usopp specifically. We see, and then they trying to figure out where Luffy is, and they haven't seen him. And then we see, so we also get a shot here. It looks like Robin is being. They got Robin being carted in a stretcher, like a futuristic looking stretcher. She must be still pretty injured. I'm trying to think what happened to her. That probably was from fighting the Seraphim. I'm imagining. We see her all bandaged up on her upper torso area, and she's got a jacket over, but she's all bandaged up clearly underneath there. Chopper's directing that. We see the other. We see which one is that again? Edison, I think. The one who's still, yeah, I think it was Pythagoras that got killed, right? We got Edison there, and he's like, "Oh God, what's going on? I'm worried about Stella," and then he's informing us of what's going on. That Lilith and Brooke are with the Sunny, and then we gotta get once the others get up here, we gotta get going. And yeah, Usopp's not helping; he's just freaking out, like, "Oh God, another Buster call! Why does this have to happen again to us?" Oh, and then we see, uh, we see that Zoro. We don't see it, but Nami informs us, and Sanji that Zoro's still fighting with Lucci, and Jinbei's gone there to help, and also make sure Zoro don't get lost. Wait, so let me zoom out. But then Nami informs him we got a problem now, Sanji. Our original plan is not going to work. So she retells them how the Vega Force robot has been destroyed. So we have to figure out something else. Wait, what's that? Wait, who's saying that? Oh, okay, so we switched those to Bonnie, not Bonnie, Lilith, and I think this is not think. I'm getting ahead of myself. We see Brooke and Lilith briefly, and I think it's Brooke saying, "Even doesn't I have a sailing a ship on the land will be fine with my help." Yeah, he is saying it because Lilith is like, "Oh, that's an amazing Bones." So he apparently, yeah, Brooks figured out something to help get the Sunny off the top there. I'm thinking he'll like lay a sheet of ice or something, and they'll coast on there. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead now. See next. Yeah, he is. Okay. He's freezing the clouds so they can glide across. Uh oh. So then Lilith says, "Oh, we'll glide across this. Great, but how are we gonna stop?" And then Brooke's like, "Oh, shoot, I didn't think of that. We're gonna have to. And Lilith then is like, no, what? We're gonna just crash then, or fly off the edge. Excuse me. Uh, okay, so now we switch to the some of these Marine commanders on the ships. They're preparing the cannons to fire, and they're starting to aim at the lab phase at the top. And the barrier's still up, so it'll be interesting to know how much it can stop these cannon fire. But they even comment on that though, and one of them was like, the lava phase is still up. We'll just have to try and blast through it. uh, so what are we seeing there? Yeah, so an order is given by somebody that I think they're showing us guys. Is this one of the little vice admirals? Kind of looks like the guy who might be that new one we saw who was the Zone Otter. I'm supposing because one of the vice admirals would have to be the one taking charge of this, since there's only Kizu is the left on the island there, and yeah, he gives a command to start the first volley of cannon fire to destroy the place, and we get a good shot here. By the way, I have to stop. This is something I was just thinking about too. The we're seeing that they're getting their plans to evacuate. Now they got a buster call, but how are they going to get Vegapunk's brain? It's still sitting up there somewhere. He said it's at the very top there under that egg. So who's gonna get that now? Because I don't think Vegapunk's gonna be doing so well if that's destroyed. Because that's his whole brain. He's just communicating it through a wireless connection. How's that gonna work? Uh, So now we switch down to the bottom, and we just see the pacifistas are starting to destroy everything. It looks like they're like supporting in the Buster Call efforts by just using their laser blasts. Oh, that's something else I have to say. I made an error when in 2 chapters ago when Kuma arrived. I thought he used Ursa shocks to blast his way toward getting to Bonnie, but I think those were actually his laser blasts. I forgot that he can also use laser blasts because he's got that stuff built into him like his clones. I don't know if he can shoot them from his hand though. I think he only shoots them from his mouth because his hands are still his hands had to be left alone because that's how he initiates his devil fruit power. So, anyways, yeah, that was an error I made back then. But so now we see Vegapunk here, just sitting down. He looks like he's lost. He's kind of lost hope here, and he's just watching all his as his city's being destroyed, and you can see he's had a lot of pain here, and like seeing all this work he's put into being destroyed, his science progress, and so yeah, and he even just says, "Oh, Egghead." It's like, oh, so he's just yeah. Sorry. So I wanted to elaborate more on it, but I really don't know what to say. I feel his pain though. It's like to watch something like that get destroyed. It's just like there's probably hardly there's no like I was thinking about this with Ennie's Lobby the other day too, when we were talking about this. I think with Ennie's Lobby, I'm thinking I wonder how many people may have got caught in the fire of that, because a lot of people Marines had families there, because it's like yeah, there's a is the judicial island that has like it's also like a base, and when those ships got here, I feel like not a lot of those people would have been able to escape in time before the bombardment happened there. But in this case, everyone was able to evacuate. So it's not so much the lives being lost here. It's just the destruction of this stuff that took him. It's only been there a short time, but it's still like something that it took so much effort and time to put into making it, and now he's just losing it all. But now we switch to the others who are escaping in the vacuum tube. Atlas, Frankie, Bonnie, and Kuma. And Kuma looks like he's still out. It's just I can see his head there. It's just kind of like it's just conked out now, and they're trying to hurry up there. But unfortunately for them, Kizu's caught up to them again, and he uses his sword attack to cut the tube and and then causes them to crash. Um, and they just start falling here, and we end the chapter here on this cliffhanger, a couple cliffhangers actually. So we start with Sanji here, seeing that they're falling down from there. Uh, his first thought is, "Oh, I'm coming for you, Bonnie," and I'm thinking, "What about the others?" Oh God, never mind. I'm done with Sanji. So anyway, Sanji's gonna go after them. Uh, then uh, Saturn sees them falling, and he orders the pacifistas nearby to take aim and destroy the Bonnie and Kuma. Uh, and now we switch to, as we're doing this, we see Saturn thinking to himself, and he's like, how ironic that uh, you threw away your own life so your daughter could live, but now it'll be taken away by your clones. Her life will be taken away. And we end this part with the we see then the everyone falling there. We got Kuma holding. Actually, it looks like Kuma is up again because he's now holding Bonnie as they're falling, and then we just see Frankie and Atlas just like tumbling around because they just fell out of the because the what I forgot to mention before is when they crashed when the thing they were riding broke, the capsule opened up, so now they're free falling. They're like a couple hundred feet or more up, and we continue. Oh yeah, it does show him grab Bonnie there too, and we continue Saturn's thought, and he says, this is a fitting end for a squirming insect. Your struggle was the folly of the true height of folly, which was the chapter name. So it's just like him saying, it was foolish for you basically to go up against me, one of the overlords of the world. You should have never done this. And we switched briefly into Vegapunk seeing this happening, and he's still just standing there, kind of helpless. And he's like, "Oh," and he's like, um, says, "I when I heard you become a pirate, Bonnie, I couldn't help but worry that someday the Navy would, the worst case scenario that the Navy would get you, and now it's about to happen. Because the pacifistas," he continues, "won't hesitate to shoot you because the Navy commanders told you. Even though they look like their father, you look like your father, they are not obviously the same. They're just robots that listen to orders." And so we get two more panels here, two more parts, or there are more panels, but we finally see Luffy, and we find that he's back by the vending machine where him and Bonnie and Chopper were earlier eating from, and he's sitting there completely stuffed, kind of like he looks almost like he's in Tank Man without the hockey, and the Marines though are surrounding him, and then they're like ready to start arresting him. So like, and he even looks like he can't move. He even says he can't move. Like, I'm so stuffed, and that's the last part we get of Egghead. And now we get to the very end here, and we switch to who is that? So now we switch to the end, and we do find out that wait, is that them destroyed? We get to see a report from uh, the Marines, and it says we failed to neutralize the escaping vessel. We have to report to Kizaru. He has to know they're heading for Egghead. And we see a ship sinking, and I'm trying. Yeah, that's a Navy ship. Excuse me. No, I thought for a second it was the other that someone else sank the escapees of Egghead, but that's a cannons on it. So someone else is heading to Egghead. So um, I'm assuming this does not mean. So this is the end of the chapter. I'm assuming this does not mean Blackbeard because we already know he's likely has like Davon or what's his name? Lafitte might be there. Lafitte or Davon or both might be there, are likely there. So we don't know who this be. And it all shows at the end. I thought that was a pirate flag for a minute, but no, it just shows we don't get a clue of who it is. Um, I'm thinking Shanks. I'm thinking Shanks might have heard what's going on. No, I just can't think of what else would be coming that we don't already know is coming. Because we know Blackbeard may have met people there now. Marco and Stussy or Buckingham are probably coming there. or maybe they were. I still don't know if they'd be coming or just try to contact them through Denda and Bushy. I'm thinking they're going to come there too. Uh, Probably, yeah. Probably by she must have her own ship. Buckingham and her son Weevil must have had their own ship, so they probably could be coming that way. But someone who would just easily sink a navy ship and not hesitate, who else could do that? Wait, who else would want to even do that, other than Shanks? It's like Luffy's there. Oh, what if Crocodile or Mihawk would want to come there? Could we see it? No. Would they want to come? Oh God, I don't know what to say about that. So someone else is coming. Man, my hair's a mess. And so things are just getting more and more interesting. Oh God, it's like Kuma came there. Wait, what about Dragon? Everyone keeps saying Dragon's gonna be coming. Maybe Dragon is, well, can he get there that fast? We don't know. We don't see another ship. Oh man, I can't wait to go on the Discord chat and see this. I bet everyone's gonna say it's Dragon. I've been seeing people hyping for Dragon ever since chapter 1100. They kept saying because that was the 1000th chapter since Dragon's first appearance, he would be coming. And that would be more interesting than even Shanks if Dragon finally does show up like that. Like he's. That would make sense too, actually, because now we just saw him. That's got to be it. Because we saw, I think it was in the last chapter. It was the last chapter or the one before that Dragon is consulting with Ivankov about where they think Kuma would head for when after he disappeared, and Ivankov said, "Oh, I would go to Marijwa and raise hell, but we gotta think like Kuma, not like what I want." And then that way they saw left with Dragon thinking like, you're right," kind of thing, and uh, so I'm going with that. I think Dragon is on his way finally. So yeah, that's the chapter. It was a rather short one in pages too. I think it was on like 13 or 14 pages. And I'm just very disappointed in Kizaru still. Like, really, like, how do you live with yourself doing this? There's something too. Kizaru's backstory would be so interesting. Like, what makes him so affirm in his I don't think that's the right word, but in his beliefs to let this kind of stuff happen. We know how Akainu makes a little more sense in how he feels in that regard. Even though we see now, I have a little respect for him for standing up to the Gorosei when he was pissed about their machinations with Doflamingo. But his justice is very clear and like, I don't. If you're a pirate and you cause trouble to the world government, I will crush you. And Kizaru here is leaning in the same way. Um, oh God. Oh yeah, there's that other Admiral, Vice Admiral too. We see him next to Dahl. Wait, he's the one with that. I think that's the one, right? Let me see. Yeah, I'm 99% sure he's the one who's ordering the Buster Call there. I don't think we got a name for him yet, but we saw that he has an otter zone fruit. Uh, so they are gonna probably be able to escape though. Look, the only problem is still now we still got Luffy, Frankie, Sanji, Atlas, Vegapunk, Bonnie and Kuma all trapped at the bottom area. They couldn't get back up still. How many is that? Frankie, Sanji, Luffy, then Bonnie, Atlas, Vegapunk, Kuma. I think 7 of them. And the others are going to have a plan to escape, but now it's like, how are we going to get out of here in time? This is like, we got the ship this time. This isn't like the last time where they had to get a ship and they had to, then the Mary came back and saved them. Now they have their ship, but now the others are separated. They're split in 2 groups here. At the top, what do we got at top? We have Edison, Lilith, Brooke, Nami, Robin, Usopp, Frank. Wait, how many of the satellites are left? Shaka and Pythagoras are dead. I forget. All right. That's going to be it for today. I'll have to go over this in another video. Yeah, I got to get going. I got a doctor's appointment later and I have to get ready. So that's it. Really good chapter. This is getting really intense. It's like um, it's just whoa. There's just so much happening. My brain is just swirling. I'm just gonna leave the video here and mull this over, and have should probably do another video. But yeah, I'll be it for today. Thanks for watching.